Hello and welcome to Rick's Garage. So thank you for tuning in once again. So before I begin, quickly, I would just like to say a big thank you to those people who commented on my last video. Thank you very much indeed for the words of encouragement. Very much appreciated. It's good to be back, at least it is for now, but we shall see how we go. Thank you to those people who have messaged me via email. So those of you who don't yet know my email, it is simply ricksgarage916@yahoo.com. So yeah, email me anytime. I'd just like to say that obviously I am not an Alfa Romeo specialist, guys. In fact, this is the first time I've ever worked on an Alfa, believe it or not. So yeah, pretty brave, documented it all for the first time as I go. But yeah, any questions you've got, I will try my best to answer them. So today I'm picking up where I left off last time. Last time, if you remember, I rebuilt the Brembo calipers. Today, those calipers are going back onto the car with the new discs. So I did promise you last time a little update on the car, let you know a few bits of what I've been getting up to while I've been away. I haven't done a great deal simply because I've not been in here, but I am up to a point where, you know, the brakes are ready to go on. I've done a quick video for you to bring you all up to speed. So grab yourselves one of these bad boys, a nice quick English cuppa. Oh, it's bloody freezing cold. And enjoy.
Okay, so the cover is once again off the Alfa Romeo. The last time I removed the cover off this thing was in one of my previous videos. Always good to see it. She's still hooked up to the C-Tech battery conditioner. If you guys have ever thought about buying one of these, they are absolutely brilliant bits of kit. So as you know, the front sump frame is back on, as is now all of the heat shielding and all of the bracketry. The rear end is still looking fine and dandy. I keep it looking good, keep it maintained while it's being stored in the garage. Underneath the engine and gearbox was all cleaned off as much as possible, and then it was time to start reassembling the front end. This began with fitting the new arch liners. I fitted those with all new hardware. It was rude not to for the price of them. On those went with ease. Nice and easy job when there's nothing in your way. And then, as you know, over the past few months I've been completely stripping and rebuilding everything, starting with the drive shafts. These were completely stripped down, everything was completely replaced, and as you can see, they're now looking brilliant. You can find this video in my playlist. Same can be said for the hubs and the hub carriers. Once again, those were completely stripped down and rebuilt and refinished, looking fine and dandy. Once again, you can find that video in my playlist. The suspension was removed, and initially it didn't seem too bad, but it was clear that 20 years had taken its toll. The front shock absorbers could be compressed with ease, and unfortunately, no, they did not return, so yes, completely and utterly past it. The coil springs once again didn't look too bad, but closer inspection revealed that the bottom coils were broken. The front top mounts, as rough as these look, these were completely refinished to be reused. They are perfectly functioning fine, completely smooth, so yeah, good to go again. Most other things were completely cleaned, refurbished to look like new. The only things that were needed to be replaced were the bump stops. Yes, once again, these are completely past it. Then the Koni adjustable shock absorbers made their first appearance out of the box in over 12 months. As did the new Eibach Pro springs, and those were assembled with ease and looking absolutely fantastic. So yes, everything is now back onto the car. It's all looking great, chuffed to bits with it, and this is where we stand today.
Okay, so we're just under the passenger side now, about to fit the discs and the calipers onto the car. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've been looking forward to this bit for quite some time, so it's nice to get to this stage. A couple of things I will mention: the hub nuts, they are not torqued up yet. In case you're wondering what's gone on over here, that's me playing around with a bit of finishing on the gearbox. So yeah, I'm going to carry that on. That's roughly what it's going to look like. I think we should crack on, don't you? So yeah, here I've got the Pagid brake discs. Yeah, I actually got these for an absolute bargain. So yeah, these are actually coated, so they don't need to be cleaned with a brake cleaner. So yeah, these can go straight on. Where's the little hole? Now, those of you that are living in the UK, you'll be familiar with Eurocar parts, and you will know that they don't stock very much at all for the GTV. The 2-litre GTV twin spark, they do quite a bit, but for the 3-litre V6, yeah, you're very, very limited. So Eurocar parts was the last place on earth I expected to find these discs and pads, but I got the discs and pads, both sides, obviously as a set. I think I paid 60 quid. You know, most of the time Eurocar parts, the offers that they have, they're just a bit of a con really, but occasionally they do have some genuinely decent offers on. So yeah, these were an absolute steal. So yeah, I'm just going to get a spanner now and tighten that on. So yeah, that is a 12mm. Obviously you don't need to swing on those. So yeah, I even got my brake cleaner out ready to clean these off. But yeah, quite pleased about this actually, because I'm not going to be driving the car yet, at least for a couple of months. So it's good to know that these discs aren't going to rust whilst they're in storage. So yeah, that is a good thing about these. Okay, so next we've got the party piece, the refurbed calipers getting ready to go on now. Okay. Calipers just going on now. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a bit of a buzz putting these on. Oh, is it just me, or are other people the same? So we'll just get those started. I mean, yeah, when you've worked on something for quite a considerable amount of time, and you know, you do work to a certain standard, it's really, really rewarding when you see it all coming together. Yeah, beautiful, as my best mate would say, beautiful. Yeah, really, really happy with those. So yeah, as I was saying, really nice and rewarding. I'll live for this stuff. All the grubby bits in between, not so much enjoyable, but the finishing bits, yeah, you can't beat it. I'll show you around the back in a minute. And the next thing I'm going to do once this is on is obviously torque these up, and then I can get the brake hoses attached. Brilliant. Looking good. Okay, so now we're going to put the flexis on before I do anything else. Okay, tighten these up. That's a 17, and I think that one is 11. God, I think I've been doing this too long. Okay, so now that can go securely into the mount on the side of the shock absorber, and then I'm pretty sure It's this one. Oh bloody hell, that's tight. I know it needs to be, but be a bit more paint scraped off the shock absorbers with that thing. Bloody pain in the ass. Okay, so that's on. Obviously the ABS sensor then slides onto that bracket like so, as you probably already know. That needs to be plugged in though yet. I'm going to leave that off for now, like that. So now I'm going to attach that brake line to the car. Sorry if my arms are in the way, guys, but access is extremely limited in my garage, and it's a 13mm, and no, it's not. These hoses are a 17 and an 11 for the union. Okay, I should do that. Okay, I've got a nice new spring clip for this one. Okay, so that's in. Give you a quick look there if I can. Yeah, so we're looking okay. Now these, I may have mismeasured that, or at least so I thought, but I've measured the this mounting point on the shock absorber compared to the old shock absorber, and it is slightly lower, so hence the reason that has ended up like that. But it is a flexi, and that is absolutely fine. That'll come to no harm whatsoever like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. So yeah, overall it's looking pretty decent. That brake line from Wezmoto looks okay. So yeah, we're looking a bit smart now. All looking nice and clean. Right, okay, so that's one side on. I'm just going to go underneath now and torque those bolts up before I forget. Okay, so we're just torquing up these bolts now to the caliper, and according to the manual these need to be 125 Newton meters. Okay, now the wiring that goes to the brake pad wear sensor. Now on this wire there is some plastic conduit to protect it. Now mine, although you can't see it on camera, it is in a really poor state. Obviously really grubby naturally, but it's all split. There's a few splits all the way along, so I decided to replace mine. Now on the factory one there's also a bit of red insulation tape in a couple of places, so although it is a little bit OCD, I'm going to do exactly the same. So yeah, this stuff is really cheap. I picked this stuff up off eBay, £3.71 for 4 meters of it. It's 6.5mm in size, so yeah, really cheap. So it is a split conduit, which means there's a split all the way down the center of it, so it can be pulled off very easily. The only thing that makes it a little bit difficult is the plastic, or sorry, the rubber grommets which go onto the bracket. But yeah, it's pretty much straightforward. Now the grommets are what normally goes onto the bracket which holds them in place, which normally lives here. I just haven't put mine on yet, but I'm going to do that in a moment. So yeah, nice and easy job. So once you've got all that off, that exposes the burr wire, as you can see. Nice and easy job. So now I'm going to put the new conduit on, and I'm going to cut to that, because obviously you don't want to see me doing that for the next 5 minutes. Okay guys and girls, so as you can see I've got the nice new stainless bracket attached with the nice new conduit, and yeah, I've got the red tape on there as well. So yeah, that follows round onto other stainless bracketry that I replaced.
Okay guys, so the only thing left to do now is to bring this brake wear sensor cable just inside the little groove there, and then I'm going to pop this bleed nipple dust cover off, and there's actually a designated little groove inside that, so to speak, to run that cable inside. Okay, and then I'm gonna slide that on there nicely on that bracket, and then last of all this connection, which has been nice and neatly covered with the conduit and a little zip tie to keep it on, that's gonna plug in there, or should plug in there like so. And that is that. So yeah, we're all looking good now, and I think that is one side pretty much done. We almost forgot to mention this before. Put a little bit of copper grease either on the inside of the disc or on the hub to stop it seizing on in the future. So yeah, forgot to show that on the other side.
Okay, just over on the other side of the car now, just a quick mention on the grease guys, do not get grease on the braking surface of your discs, it goes without saying. So yeah, on go the discs, followed by the calipers. Just a quick note on the carrier bolts guys, you do need to use a blue thread locker, and again 120 Newton meters. So then went on the nice new stainless brackets. For the rest was a repeat process from the other side. All the broken and damaged conduit was stripped and replaced. Don't forget about your red tape. The brake hoses were also fitted together with the rest of the brackets. So yeah, what else can I say? Really pleased with it. As always guys, thank you for watching.